Wow. Hi. That one was a little bumpy. Sorry. Well, we're going to move on to flow 3 today. Now, so far, if you've been doing your flow practice and your homework, and by the way, you will have homework tonight, so everyone pay attention. So far, you should be able to do a standard throw. You should be able to switch hands in a standard position, throwing it from a standard position, catching it in a standard position. You should be able to switch and alternate to an inverted position. There are many ways to do this. If you keep the same hand that you throw, it switches. You should then be able to go back and forth, like this, in an inverted position over and over. Now, once you're able to do that, as a little extra added bonus for lesson 2, because I gave a little extra bonus of lesson 1 on the last one, another one you can work on is starting with an inverted position, throwing it to the same hand, but inverting your catch so it stays in an inverted position. Now what that means is you gotta catch it behind your back. What it looks like is this. Okay? Now, that's a tricky move, and it takes a little while to practice, but once you get it, it's not that really hard a deal. I know it's hard to see the catch on that, on the final part, but you know what? I have the couch right here. Check this out. Hopefully you can see it with this. Okay? I had to turn my hand and invert my hand to maintain the same angle of the catch. There's a lot of physics you have to bear in mind that your head is just supposed to do. But if you're worried about that type of thing, bear in mind that you do trigonometry in your head every time that you catch a ball. Every time that you can figure out the rate of descent and projection based off of acceleration, you can catch a ball. Alright? And no, you're trying to catch one of these. So guess what you're doing in your head? Crazy math. But of course, it's all subconscious, so you don't have to think about it. So, now that that's taken care of, welcome back to Lesson 3. Today, Lesson 3 is going to be covering spins. Now, spins are much like flips, but you don't let go of them. I'm going to come relatively close. I'm going to turn this light right here so you can see what my hand is doing, hopefully. Now, what's going on here is I'm letting it fall from my hand, holding on with my thumb and my forefinger. And I'm letting it fall. As I do, I use my wrist right here, and then use my thumb to bring it back up. Alright. Now, once you can do that, you should be able to maintain it. Now, look, I never close my hand here. You can, if you want, and use your hand to push it. But you can just let that sing. Backwards is just the opposite. Backwards is you let it fall back this way. Alright? And with your thumb, bring it around with your wrist. Right there, back in. Alright? Now, once you can do that, and believe it or not, it's relatively easy once you do it. Once you go, oh, it's like that, then it becomes simple. But part of your homework tonight is I want you to do this 100 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, you want to do 10, and then do 10 repetitions of that, or if you just want to sit there and do 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, hey, up to you. But once you do that, then give me 100 backward. Yes, yes, I'm a horrible, terrible person. And your hand will hurt, and you'll be like, oh, darn you, Will Gray. How do you do this to me? Well, I'll tell you how I do it to you. I do it because this is the way to learn it. Now, right about now, your right hand will be sucking and you'll be like, oh, I'll never be able to move it again. And your left hand's laughing at your right hand and going, ha ha ha, I didn't have to do that. Well, unless it's your right hand laughing at your left, depending on if you're a righty or a lefty. Well, I got bad news for that little jokester. Once you do it 100 times forwards and back with the right hand, I want you to do it 100 times forward and back with the left hand. And what's even worse than that, I want you to do it every day for 5 days. Minimum. Alright? Even as you go through other lessons and you do other stuff. Because trust me, once you can do this with a broom. You can do this with a shovel. You can do this with a stick. You just pick up a stick along, hey, I'm at the park. Look, hey, a stick. Pick up the stick. You have a stick. Even if you can't make a bopper. But you can sit there with something and do this. Alright? And get it so it just runs smoothly. Once you can do that, now you're working with spins and flips, but use the same motion that you do with this. It turns to this position. It swings back down over to here. All right, let your hand flow with it. Okay? If it brings your hand down, let it bring your hand down with that motion. Brings your hand down. And then brings it up. Right? Practice going around and then doing your backwards. Alright? Then your forwards. Then your backwards. Switch hands. Go forward. Try backward. Try them both ways. See which way feels good. Then find the figure eight. The figure eight is going around your left, around your right, around your left, around your right, around your left, around your right. Of course, you can do that backwards as well. These are all things that you need to practice. Because once you can do that, once you can do this, then you can do this. It's all the same motion. That back one's tricky. That's allowing your hand to go back, and as it turns over for your next move, you swing your hand back over. Alright? I'll try to do it as slow as I can. If that makes sense. I know it was kind of in shadow. It's a tricky one to do, and that's going to be the hardest thing you have to do. Because then, this is the points that we've been working up so far. Let's put it all together. Because once you can get spins involved with flips at the same time, now you have a whole brand new game, and you can really start playing with your weapon. So, that's how you do spins. This is further how you become one with your weapon. And, of course, I am Will Gray, Sir Will of Gray of the Knights of Gray. Thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying. Leave a comment. I enjoy them. Leave a page. I enjoy those too. But, remember, love is what you do. That's a side little extra bonus for you to try sometime. Get to. Symbolize much? What I want you to work on for extra credit is being able to spin one way and the other the other. That ain't easy. That actually is a multitasking move that you have to allow yourself to be able to think of two different things doing two different things at the same time. The idea is to not think about either one of them. The idea is to let it go and let it happen. Flow. It's what we do all the time.